Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Central Oregon Shenanigans. Today we're getting back on the transmission and we're going to do part 2 of the sub-assemblies. Now, since I filmed part 1, we went and got a core transmission, dissected the transmission. Every part so far that we've needed in this transmission has looked good. If you guys didn't watch that episode, Kyle and I went to another town, got a core transmission for $30. I've got it gutted and all of its sub-assemblies are sitting over there on the bench. And our $200 transmission is right there, the case. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse of taking this apart and show you what I found while I get set up for today's episode going through the sub-assemblies. See you guys soon. Alright guys, so now that you've seen the teardown on the core transmission, overdrive was, that pretty much the overdrive area of that transmission was where the parts were broken. Everything else looked actually really good. We're going to start with the forward and direct clutch drums today on our $200 truck sub-assemblies here to inspect those. Let's go ahead and start with the forward clutch drum, which is this guy. And if you guys remember in our previous episode when we were taking the transmission apart, that this is the guy that the shaft spun off in. So if you look down in the planetaries here, and this shouldn't have came out together. This was stuck. The planetary was stuck. I actually off camera tried with screwdrivers to get this apart. But as you can see, it got hot. There's damage, damage, damage. And that's supposed to have teeth because the rear shaft goes into here. And this is supposed to spin, so that spun off. There's where all the metal came from, was inside of here. So, with that also being said, guys, the rear shaft on our core transmission looks great. Both sides, teeth are great, so we have a good output shaft. We're gonna start here with our forward clutch drum. We're going to go ahead and set these planetaries aside. They're junk. I'm going to flip this guy over. And what should be... is a bearing. This bearing sits down like that. And we're checking for wear on it. When it sits down there, it feels good. This one looks good. We were going to inspect the one of our other transmission, though, and see which one's better. Going to inspect these guys. Sharp. Checking for sharpness, make sure they're not rounded. Pitting, grooves, we're looking good. On that one, we're gonna go ahead and put it back so we know where it came from. I'm just pinching these together off and on. They've got little, they're locked together washers. This one looks really good at well. No debris, no pitting, grooves, scarring, all that jazz. Go ahead and put this one back on nice and easy and lock it back into place. All right. This should just pop out. This guy right here. This is the housing for the planetary. This is the housing that's down in there right now, like that. And this is your planetary out of the other transmission, which I think somebody commented, saw this on the little, I did a little update video. Did a little update video a few nights back when I was doing this, and somebody said that this looked like an upgrade from a 4R100 transmission. And a lot of people are saying that I need to hunt down the diesel 4R100 stuff to build this tranny. And I agree. That would be pretty cool to do. But right now we got what parts we got with the $30 core. I want to make this work. I want this done properly, but I don't want to be so deep in this if something were to fail or I not get something put back together on my first transmission. That's a lot of money to be out, and I have confidence in myself that I can do this, especially with this video series that I've been watching. Check that out. It's in the description below. It's Transmission Bench. But for my first rebuild, we're just gonna overhaul it with the parts that we have, with a master, rebuild kit that we're gonna order to do it the right way. It's gonna be done the right way. It's just I'm not comfortable yet to get other transmission parts and try to build a gas transmission with the diesel, heavy-duty diesel parts. So we're just gonna do it with the parts we have. We've got the upgraded 4R100 planetaries, is what somebody was saying, so that's a plus. And yeah, with that being said, let's dig in. So I'm guessing since this is stuck, I've tried prying on it. This is for the planetaries. This is the thrush washer, and look how hot that one got. Hot and nasty. I just looked at the other one in the other training. It's the up from the core transmission. It looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and set this over here with the planetary that it goes with, and I'm gonna go ahead and release this. I'm even hesitant to take this one apart because we know it's completely foobarred, but just so we can see. Alrighty guys, so with this out, I can just grab the planetary housing. I think. It is so stuck in there. Wow. Maybe. There it comes. It really doesn't want to come apart. Oh. Oh, the carnage. Wow. This is, well, what's going on here? This should be a friction plate. Jeez, look at that, guys. I'm not even gonna save these. Well, I'm gonna save them, but we're not using this direct drive. This is just for our viewing purposes here. Or not the direct drive, the forward clutch drum. We're using the one out of the other transmission. Ugh. That's warped. That plate is warped. And these are all just stuck, fried to the planetary housing. I'm not even gonna pull those apart. You can see on my hand how, and it stinks. Oh, it stinks. Okay. think before I go any further, I'm gonna put some gloves on. This thing is just nasty. I don't know if that's supposed to look that. Yeah, it is. Maybe. Oh, wow. Just wow. So I went forward in my video just to see what's all in, tells how much further we can go, and we can't go very much further. It's just this one, this guy, Belleville return spring, which you can see it had some huge witness marks, gouging, looks like a crack, no crack. But there's just a piston down here, and that's it. With what I see here, we're not going to even clean and reuse this drum. We are just throwing it over on the other workbench. And I'm going to bring over a good forward clutch drum. Oh, please. You notice the color difference right off the bat. This one didn't get hot. So, with that being said, inspection of this bearing. Nice and smooth. We're gonna go ahead and use this one versus the one that was underneath this transmission. Look how new this is. This tranny did not. I gotta stop using definitions. This transmission didn't have very many miles on this when the overdrive took a dump on it. This one just comes apart. Look at those. Let's go through these. Jeez. Probably put this one back in the transmission and run it. Beautiful. Not very many miles on these. I don't know much about friction plates, guys, but what I've seen so far in these two transmissions, this looks good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little bit to get her to come out. Forward piston. Oh. Dumb. Let's see if it goes that, then that. Guys, this you could probably, if you were on a budget, a really tight budget build, what I just seen right there, you could put that back together and run that. It is. There is some metal down there. There's some aluminum or graphite schmoo. So we'll note that on this video. I'm gonna go back through and watch these for notes before I start rebuilding. When I get back to this drum, I'm gonna need to really wash it good in mineral spirits. I'm gonna put this all back together, and we're gonna move to the next sub-assembly, guys. This looks beautiful. This is our replacement out of the core transmission. This is the forward clutch drum, and that's our core. This is basically what was the main problem in our $200 truck's transmission. And you guys seen what the other one looked like, and it was black. This one's shiny and new looking. So, all right, guys. Now we're gonna be working on the Sprag Clutch assembly. Take this thrush washer off, and we're going to turn it over. This is a one-way clutch. Notice in counterclockwise it's free, and then as soon as you go to turn it clockwise, it locks up the clutch. Intermediate Sprag Clutch assembly makes up second gear. that off. Inspect it. What you're looking for, hold on. So you're basically looking for heavy witness marks, seeing if those bearings are screwed up. Everything on mine looks great. Alrighty. Another ring. Go ahead and work out the plates here. I guess this side of the pack makes up third gear, or direct drive gear. Okay. She just doesn't want to come. There we go. Well, guys, that concludes going through all the sub-assemblies. With this one, I kind of ended it short there. The battery died. Everything looked great inside there. Just a little bit of wear here down in this on this piece, which I think that gets replaced with the master rebuild kit anyway. So yeah, there is. I don't think there's anything else to go through here. We're gonna inspect. Well, we're gonna take this sun gear right here and swap it out for this guy over here because it's in better shape. But all in all, I am really happy to get through this phase, and now we're going to be ordering parts, which is basically just the minor stuff, clutches and seals, and I might off camera go back through one more time and inspect and just look at stuff because it won't take me too long. With that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. Give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time on Central Oregon Shenanigans. Bye-bye.